So hi, welcome. Thank you for taking the time. So good to have you here. Could you introduce yourself?
Okay, hi. My name's Ashley Perez. I'm a student at Bergen Community College, and I'm also part of the Pride Club.
Awesome. And so that kind of explains your involvement with the LGBT community.
As someone in the community, yes, because I'm a proud pansexual woman. And when I first came to the college, it just made the most sense. I'm like, how can I not be in this club? And then now I run it. So it's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. Um, so a couple of questions just off the top of my head. So how does, as you identify as a pansexual person, a woman, how do you what do you think your needs are unique to your community, your specific slice of the pie?
Well, I grew up in Bergenfield, and I don't know who's going to see this video, but Bergenfield, there wasn't many gay people around when I was growing up. And even now, as a young woman, I live in Hackensack now, moved not too far. And, there's, I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
that
think that
was
was me.
no,
Oh,
that was
okay,
fine.
okay, cool.
Sorry, that's me.
um, I don't know, there's not really much. I kind of just didn't really know. I didn't really know I was pansexual until recently. I didn't know a lot until recently, because of the media and because of things that are available now that weren't really available back then, like the internet and just how open people are now. But when I was younger, like there were no gay people or people that I could talk to about this kind of stuff. I was too scared to bring it up in school because Bergenfield, the kind of town that they are, the reputation, and I was like, I don't want to be that weird kid in school that thinks that they like girls. Um, but I mean, I think that when I do meet other queer people, it's amazing because it's just like instant connection, instant happiness. I'm just like, wow. And it doesn't happen often. And I feel like it's because, some of us are just shy. Some of us just stay at home where
Yeah,
it's safe.
yeah. I have so much to talk to you about. And it just sounds like we have a good rapport. So let me see if I can get it all in here. So there's a few things. First off, I just want to make it clear for people who don't know pansexual. Look it up. I'm sorry, I'm not here to.
Yes, yes. I mean, I
Yeah,
could definitely really quickly
sure.
pansexual, my personal definition, don't quote me on this, is I love people for who they are. I don't look at anything like gender or sexual orientation or really anything like in those categories. I'm not really big on labels. I just like people for who they are, personality, man, woman, whatever.
Awesome. Um, so I've talked to a lot of people so far. I mean more than I have in the past. This past week, and I'm talking to a lot of the old timers from the community, and there's a disconnect between your generation and maybe like and other people in the later 20s and such, and people from the older. And what do you think could help that relationship? Just curious.
Um, it's a good question. I personally know a lot of people that there is definitely a big disconnect in families and in just regular when you're going out, you can tell. I feel like communication is key for everything. And like the more you talk and explain, the more people will understand and maybe want to understand. There's so much fake news and fake definitions out there and just assumptions.
Hmm.
And nothing is going to really change, without the want to change, without talking. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like, talking is step one.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about it, getting it out there. I feel like there's I don't know, it's just something that I don't want to say I don't think about it, but like it's become so normal that I like almost don't think about it because it's just I don't think it's gonna change. I don't know,
Yeah. I
like
mean, it's from my perspective, it's like from the older generation, we do this for your generation. You know, this is you give back. you know, we get comfortable and we're like, you know what, we want to make it easier for your generation. So there's an element of that, trying to reach out and help and stuff like that. And this is not like, I hope this is not coming across like a, like, oh, your generation kind of stuff.
No,
Because
no, not at all.
I
Don't worry about it.
I love your generation. I am so, it's like, I lived in another country and I came back, and it was my introduction to the new generation in the sense of like the way of thinking. It's just, I just love it. I just love the fact that, let's, cisgender and all those.
I
You
think
know?
that my generation's very like, we don't care. We're gonna be ourselves, and like, it's just, I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to like play the, with your generation. Like, it's
Yeah,
not like that. Definitely times have changed, and you're right. People are very opinionated and they're very confident because things are always changing. The world is changing. How we view queer people is changing. And I love it. Like, you're right. I do love our generation. And, even though like there is room for improvement, just the way that we are now, like, oh my God, man, go us.
yeah, exactly. I think from people from my generation and older generations, we had the same thoughts and same
Same.
um, feelings. It's just you guys articulated it and you're making it an actual thing. We're not just this little box, and we're not all just this. And
Yeah.
that's amazing. And living life, you're sort of the dream that when I was your age and we were sitting like, oh, what do I like in the future? And it's like, wow, you guys are doing it. So I applaud your generation, everyone that's out there living their best lives. It's just, that's amazing. So before I go on this kumbaya, might want to ask you, the reason for this interview is, what is what are your thoughts on the fact that there is no LGBT center in Bergen County?
Definitely, it makes me sad more than any other emotion. Obviously I'm upset about it, disappointed, angry, but sad is a really good word, just because I feel like there are so many people that could benefit from a center, like not just your regular 20 something year olds, young people, like, I mean, kids, families, adults, older adults, people that are just allies that just want to know more, have someone that they feel like could benefit from a center. Like, none of that will happen without a center. And there's just so many endless possibilities, and there's just so many good outcomes. Like, I can't really picture a bad outcome, from something as so amazing. Like, it's unbelievable that New York, like, they have it. And I'm not a government person. I don't know how money works, but I know that New Jersey gets a good amount of money. And there isn't really a reason that we shouldn't have one in Bergen County. Bergen County loves to talk, like, how awesome they are. Bergen County takes pride in like how they're like one of the top counties. You're one of the top counties. How do you not have an LGBTQ center? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Um, So, it's just an interest of time. I want to give you some time for questions, or if you have something that you think is relevant to talk about. This is sort of like your platform.
Well, thank you. And I really do just want to like go back to what we were talking about. I have three little sisters, and two of us are proud, gay and proud, and the other two are 16 and 12. And the 12-year-old recently came up to me and she was telling me how someone in her class came out recently as trans. And she's 12 years old, so she's in the sixth grade. And, I remember when I was in the sixth grade, how I was and how I was so scared to be my own person. I didn't even know who I was. And just hearing her tell me that one of her friends is a proud trans woman and just doing their thing, just awesome. It makes me happy that you know, they're so happy and content, and they're just living their life, and it makes me happy. But then it also makes me think of, you know, if the other families or the other people that are questioning or have questions, want someone to talk to, they just need resources and they don't really have them. When I was growing up in school and I brought up to my counselor that I thought I was gay, they sent me to therapy. And it was always like something was wrong, you know? And I just don't understand why there wasn't more resources. And I'm not blaming the school, because at the end of the day, it's all about wanting more, you know, like if they wanted to have more resources, they would have more resources, and they clearly don't have the resources. So New Jersey, Bergen County should do something about that.
Yeah, thank you. That's really poignant. So I just want to make it clear that this recording is with the intent to be released into a public space. And do you give consent to that?
Yes, I do.
And at any time that you feel like, hey, I don't want to do this, take it down. You just have to contact me, and within reasonable time, I will do so.
Okay.
And do you feel comfortable with everything you talked about? Do you feel good?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you're feeling good. And I also want to say thank you. I think I need to say this to every single LGBT person and ally, because just by your existence, you're impacting the community in a positive way. And by you going out and being who you are, it is so beautiful and so needed in our community. So thank you for that. That's from the bottom of my heart, because I've seen people, you know, and I've seen generations that are lost, and it's like you're valuable and you're special, and just own that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're so nice. And like, I was a little nervous because I was like, I don't know where this video is going to go. And I don't want people to be upset
Mhm.
because like, I almost feel like bad asking, but like we
Yeah.
really should have a center, and I'm super excited.
That's a point that I keep on seeing and I keep on hearing. And I think I'm not a therapist, I'm not an interviewer, I'm just a person that's trying to change our environment. But I hear that, and I think being LGBT, we at an early age apologize for our very existence because we're thinking about our family. Oh my God, they're going to get upset and this is going to impact them. And it ends up being our existence is, you know, we're worried about how it's going to impact everyone else. And we never think about ourselves. And then when we get older, we're still doing that. And, you know, it goes, I see this in every generation all the way through. And it's like, well, you have rights. You're
Yeah.
valuable. You are a valuable beautiful person. You need to be seen and heard.
Yeah. I
Should
literally felt bad. I was like, it sucks that I know I'm not the only person, because even when I was talking about this to other people, they were like, I'm just a little nervous, you know, like what if it ends up somewhere? And I'm just like, we shouldn't be scared. Like we shouldn't be scared to ask for, you know, our basic needs. It should be something that should have already been there, to be completely honest. But I'm really excited. And thank you again for having me. I'm sorry I'm getting a little emotional. I'm just super happy.
Okay, I'm going to end the video.
Okay.